when you look at KuCoin, Get.io, they really grow by listing token very early. Did it lead to a sustainable system and etc.? That's a completely different discussion. But I guess there is, for an ecosystem to grow, there is this listing a token should be seen as a partnership. And for us, the way we've built our ecosystem until now was to source the liquidity from different exchange, which doesn't allow us, in a sense, to have the freedom to identify and list one token. So the part that we're working on at the moment is, on one hand, market making, because bringing liquidity in a professional manner is a challenge, especially for a new token. So we really want to help to build quantitative mechanism to help with that, especially early stage project. And we're very much interested in everything that happens in the DeFi level. There's beautiful network, such as, so Solana is one of them, Say Network, Cosmos. So when you look at what's going on with this chain, they are very, very well designed for order book. Clearly looking into the direction that we can then integrate with our OMS, our smart engine system, to give us the freedom to basically list the token that we want.
So I think there's multiple things here that I want to go a bit deeper into, but I think one thing that we tapped upon a little bit here is that like the use cases for not only SwissBorg but for our users, right? Through having access to token listings, not only does that provide our community with an incredible opportunity, it also provides additional opportunities to our current product verticals, such as the smart engine, but also, dare I say, thematic. If SwissBorg can be the only location where X thematic is actually hosted because we've listed those tokens, that provides a world of opportunity for a completely new, nearly financial asset class, right? You can have thematics created by VCs all of a sudden. You can have very niche specific thematic that are quite honestly not offered anywhere else, where everybody can see the transparency and how those tokens have been listed, who are the earlier investors, at what levels. This is incredibly unique and incredibly exciting, I think, for a lot of people. You touched a little bit upon as well, market making, Cosmos. Do you want to go a little bit more into that and just give sort of nearly like a general explanation? Because for a lot of people, that might be a quite exotic or foreign topic. Order books, how buyers and sellers are matched, how they're connected, how liquidity is provided into that. If you can, a 3-minute overview for the beginner that might be listening to this.
I guess if we go back to how let's say the crypto space is built right now, is you have very few actors holding the market with order books. So order book basically are the foundation of any market, because they are technology that are helping anonymous buyer and seller to meet. So seller express their wish to sell one asset or multiple assets at a very specific price, and the buyer are doing the same. And then when someone comes to the order book, he can consume the liquidity. So if you want to buy, is basically going to look at the list of seller, and is the purchase quantity is going to average the seller, and the same happen when someone wants to sell and meeting the buyer. So it's truly like someone being in an open market, and you want to buy vegetables, and if you want to buy 100 of them, and someone sell 10 at 10 euros, and someone sell 20 at 12 euros. And etc. Then you are going to average based on the quantity that is needed. So order book are the fundamental technology of any financial market to exist. Thing is, right now, as of today, the most efficient one, or actually the only one that really works, there is fiat in the decentralized world, or DeFi world, but are not really they're working much better, technologically speaking, but they don't provide the depth. What I mean by the depth is the capacity to buffer volume without creating too much slippage, which means not averaging too much quantity, that the centralized exchange can provide. So of course, all the big guys, they have massive power because they create liquidity for this token. So they create the capacity for anyone to come and buy millions of tokens instantly, which is very, very strong power. But it is all into a very centralized architecture. So you don't really know who is holding the market, what are the conditions, how is it done. There is a matter of latency as well. So depending where you are, because you are in a centralized paradigm, depending who you are or how far are you from the server that is actually operating the order book, you might have more or less priority because you can go faster. Into the decentralized world, we see more and more innovation that really change this paradigm, that help anyone to basically connect or use as well, because the people that are organizing price on order book are called market makers, and they are very sophisticated. The beauty of DeFi is you can have someone developing a piece of software that emulates what a market maker will do, and someone with no knowledge using this piece of software freely, bringing liquidity and earning money to provide liquidity for an order book. So you can basically have a very large depth. Theoretically speaking, you can have a beautiful depth. And Uniswap is the best example, even though most of the people are not making money with Uniswap because it's very basic, where you can provide a very, very strong depth of liquidity without having informed market makers doing the job. Mm. So what does it mean concretely for SwissBorg is why we see that as an opportunity, because it's very community-centric. It's extremely transparent. It will help us to, and the technology is mature now, according to our CTO. He's the expert, I'm not, but I truly trust him, to be integrated. So to basically, right now we are, what our technology is doing is building a super order book based on the order book of Binance, Kraken, Bitfinex, HitBTC, and LMAX. And this six order book will come as an addition. Mm. But in most of the exchange, we can't come to them and say, please create this order book with this token for us. It doesn't exist. But in DeFi, anyone can come and say, I have this token and I want to create an order book to pair this token with USDC, and everyone is free to bring up liquidity, and it's completely anyone can do that. We're in a completely permission world. So the beauty of that is by using this technology, we will not have to change much of our system to be able to have somehow our own order book, but there will be an open source order book. So anyone can contribute. Again, we are developing a piece of technology that people can use as well as a market maker to boost the technology that is used with this order book. And it creates a completely different paradigm for SwissBorg because we respect our idea of total transparency. So on one hand, not only we lay down the condition to enable this transparency with a clear process, but as well we have the technology that support the beauty of what it is. And our belief is anyway, most of them with time, maybe user will not necessarily migrate as much as we think to a full Web3 experience, but liquidity might move and order book might move. So even for us, strategically speaking, it's a very interesting time and it's a very interesting move.
Fantastic. So now we've covered a bit of different things. We've talked about the token listings, which is very interesting in itself. We've spoken about essentially a DEX, a decentralized exchange that has this order book market making capability. We've discussed a little bit on how that could affect sort of the smart engine being nearly like a cake, an additional layer on the current layers that we have where we aggregate order books from different exchanges. We've discussed that it could affect, it has benefits for thematic, it has benefits for Launchpad, as people could probably understand, and it provides an incredible network effect, which brings me to our second topic, which is